This is the book of Joshua 1, verse 7. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do all, or do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand, or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. I want to say all praise to the Most High Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and enough respect to the brothers teaching the truth all over the earth. I don't have a particular title for this lesson. It's going to be dealing with meditation, though. And you brothers out there, you heard the scripture just now read in the book of Joshua, and the law, the Most High says meditate in His word day and night, so you'll have good success. And I've been doing lessons right here lately. I did about 2 in the last couple of days. Is dealing with being quiet, not talking so much, shutting up, watching your step in the truth. But also too, with that quietness, if you're not running your mouth constantly, you can meditate. You can think. And when you look up the term meditate, it's basically to ponder, right? To give thought to. So when you're giving thought and pondering your ways, and when you're being quiet and meditating, this is the time when you're going to get a lot of answers. You're going to get a lot of things in the spirit when you meditate. You don't spend all your time running your mouth, But you're meditating, on the laws of the Most High, the statutes, the commandments. You get a lot of understanding. This is when the Most High comes to you and gives you understanding on things. The scriptures that you've been reading that you hadn't been able to quite understand, when you're just sitting there in your thoughts, then the Most High reveals it to you. He opens it up to you. You've been praying, you've been being diligent, then the things will start to open up. The Most High will start to reveal things, But you also want to meditate in the book of the law. Like the scripture said, this book of the law should not depart out of thy mouth. You want to constantly be conversing in the truth. All your thoughts and all your energy and all your emotions, pretty much, not every single one, but they're going to be involving with the truth, involved in this truth that you thinking about. And also you got to be working on yourself as you meditate and you think. You'll start to develop and look at things that you're falling short on. You correct yourself a lot of times. And I always give brothers advice. Those are brothers that got camp videos, or you go to camp, you're doing your lessons. Don't just do your lessons and don't watch them. You need to watch them. Watch yourself on camera to see what you're doing, what you did wrong, how you can correct it, what you can be better at. These things come with meditation. Telling the Most High the things that you feel like the areas you're short in, that helps as well. You'll get strength from meditation. There's a lot of strength, can come from being alone, being solitary. And if you look in the scriptures, great men of the Lord often went to places to meditate, to go to the field or ponder, to the waterside. I do it. Other brothers in the truth do it. Other older brothers in the truth, they'll tell you about how they meditate and what they do. Some brothers put on music and drink some wine or whatever it be. But you got to take a break, shut everything off, and meditate, and keep always your mind on what you can do better. Keep your mind on that book of the law. You see? Psalms 119 verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. There you hear that word again, meditate. See? Just like the scripture said. Your delight should be in the laws of the Most High. And in day and night, do you meditate on them? And don't get to the point where you're being over righteous like Nate then. What we speaking on basically is the things that are written in the scriptures, but not to browbeat people over here with the law, the law, the law, the law. As the old saying goes, you become one of those people that's so damn heavenly minded, you're no earthly good. You turn into someone who's over righteous. You beating everybody over the head with the law. That's not what we're talking about. Basically you use the meditation time and you keep your mind on the Most High's laws and precepts so that you won't sin against him. You got to be always mindful and watching and careful. And you can meditate even when you're out. A lot of times when I'm riding in the car, I'm just riding. Even when you ride in the car, don't always turn on that damn music. You know, don't always have the TV on when you're in the house. I mean, a lot of times when I film videos, you'll see the TV in the background and it's on, but I'm not watching it. The sound is muted. It's just for a visual effect, really. You know, it's just for a visual effect. I mean, I don't do a lot of watching TV now like I used to, you know, because I'm so busy doing lessons. But you hear the constant theme is meditate on His word day and night. You know, be careful in the way which you walk. You know, that's how you try to keep yourself from sin. Meditating on the Most High's laws and statutes, and on the things of the scriptures, on the things that are coming. These things keep you out of trouble, because while you're busy, you got your mind focused on that, on your walk with the Most High, you know, you're less inclined to go off, because really sin starts in your mind. You start thinking about things you could do first, and then you do them. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna read a scripture dealing with that, just to prove that, you know, because that's heavy. And I really just got that, you know, through the Spirit just now. I mean, I knew it, but I wasn't planning on bringing that out. But that shows you, even when you meditate on His word, this is when you get lessons, you get different thoughts, things come to your mind. You know, a person that's always talking and running their mouth, you don't even have time to think. A person that's always being a busybody, you don't have time to think. You don't have time to meditate. You know, and you got to take time to plan. And I don't mean like being proud planning. I'm talking about according to with the Most High. You can plan to do lessons and plan to do things. You know, plan to do things in the Spirit. James 1 verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
Right. So you see that. So sin really, it can be said that it starts in your mind. It starts out with a thought. You start thinking of things that you can do. And let's face it, in America, Babylon the Great, most of our pastimes, as it said in the book of Genesis, man's every thought was evil continually. And we get like that. You get in the flesh. This flesh is a son of a bitch, man, that you're dealing with. The flesh lusteth against, fighteth against the spirit, right? And the scriptures tell you that. The scriptures say that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So while you're meditating on the Most High and His word and His statutes and His commandments, you know, and I don't like to keep saying the word commandments because you sound like IUIC, you know, but that's what really we be going into. When you meditate on the Most High's word, you're fine-tuning yourself. You're figuring out how you can become better, and the things that you fall short on, you're trying to improve, you know. And while you're meditating on the things of the Most High, then, like I said, it'll keep you out of trouble, man. You spending time with your mind on earth, on heavenly things instead of on the earthly, and you can stay out of trouble, man. Because really, if you got an idle mind, like I don't know, it's not in the scriptures written this way, but I've heard it said, idle hands are the devil's workshop, or idle mind is the devil's workshop, you know. And I mean, and there's some truth to that. When you're not doing anything, when you're bored, as they say, this is the time when you could go off, you know. You can easily go off when you're bored.
Psalms 119 verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. O let me not wander from thy commandments. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee.
And that's a beautiful scripture right there. Because the scripture shows you, and that was King David. You know, he said, I have hid thy commandments in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. See, that's the whole point. Trying to prevent sin. Try not, because sin bringeth forth death. And you heard that scripture. In your mind is where it begins, you know. You start thinking about things, I wonder if I could do such and such, you know. Before you know it, you done went off. And then a lot of times, sin can catch you off guard, you know. Things come up on you. For example, those you out there that's got children and you're not with the mother anymore. Okay, here's a scenario. You know, your baby mama, she gonna try you from time to time. Most of you, right? She still want to get with you. You got a lady, she got a dude already. You coming to drop the kids off or pick the kid up, you know, whatever, kid or kids. And then that machine over there, doing things, trying to get you, trying to get you hemmed up, trying to get you to trying to seduce you and whatnot when the dude ain't around, or when your lady ain't around. Your mind can easily start, temptation can get on you and start telling you, yeah, when you go over to this time, this gonna happen. Oh boy, ain't gonna be there, and you can't think like that. You got to keep your mind on the word, keep your mind on the prize, because you can easily get messed up, man. You can easily get messed up, and it's temptation all around. People try to make like you live in you got steel walls around you. Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna do that, brother. Don't be so damn dumb, man. Don't be so naive. You are not stronger than evil spirits, okay? Period. None of us are stronger than evil spirits. And you gotta keep your mind fortified as well as your body. You gotta watch where you be at, watch what you doing, at all times, man, because you could easily slip up and go off. So, we're going to move into another part of meditation now, because it's in the scripture. Like I said, the great men of the Lord, they often had places they went to, to meditate. And I'm just going to bring out a quick example.
Genesis 24, verse 62. And Isaac came from the way of the well Lahairoi, for he dwelt in the south country. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. The point there being, and Isaac went, verse 63, and Isaac went out to meditate in the field as the eventide, and he lift up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. Now that scripture right there should just show you plainly, Isaac, our forefather, he went out to the field, at eventide, so it must have been near the waterside, not sure on that. But I mean, he went out to meditate, basically. And this is when he met Rebekah. This is during the time when he met Rebekah. So, a lot of times, like I said, when you go to meditate, you will meet the Most High there. You got to have you a nice place you go to. You think, like you can see me going to one of my favorite places now, by the waterside. Anywhere that's got a body of water that's nice, I like to go there, man. It makes me feel at peace, And for a fact, especially when you see the ocean, that the Most High touched that, Most High's hand touched this place, which he touched the whole planet. But particularly when you come to the water, man, it's beautiful. And that the Most High, his personal autograph is on this place, man. It's gorgeous. And your brothers, man, you got to, give yourself time to think. People always in your ear. If you got a lady, sometimes get away from her, because they, how women are. They talk a lot. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. You just need time to focus, time to refocus, time to consider things. Like I said, you get lessons when when you go meditate. You get answers to questions that you ask when you meditate. A lot of times you see the Most High reveal things to you, and you can bring out for the brotherhood. Because a lot of times these guys, these false prophets, they spend a lot of time meditating on wickedness. They try to figure out ways, if I say this, GMS can be confounded, this gonna happen, that's gonna happen. And sometimes, they bring out something that takes us a little bit of time to really get into what they're saying, to figure out ways to attack what they're saying. And when you meditate, the Most High gives you things. There are benefits to meditation. And a lot of times when I, do lessons, I meditate beforehand what I'm gonna bring out. And before you know it, a lot of times after I make a lesson, brothers start doing responses to the lesson, and I'm like, okay, that's what the Most High was trying to show me. See, sometimes you open things up for the rest of the brotherhood, and other brothers come after you. Once you know how to attack certain false prophets, certain false doctrines, the Most High reveal it to you. You make a lesson, and then the rest of the brotherhood feed off of that lesson. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. But that comes through meditation. It comes through prayer. And and also fasting, and that's something that I got to get better with fasting, But that's part of your spiritual growth: meditation, fasting, prayer, But this subject is meditation. All right, so stay tuned. Got a little more to bring out. A quick testimony. Whenever before I came fully into the truth, when I was in Atlanta, working on a stupid music career, right, and things wasn't going good. I was having trouble finding a job. I was working on the music, yeah, sure, and that was sounding pretty good. I was happy with that, but something in me just really wasn't happy. And I had came across the videos of the elders, and the brothers and whatnot, teaching out there, and it started to make an impact on me, an immediate change, And I had a secret place, not really a secret place, but I had a place I used to go to all by myself. It was on this bridge. I used to go walk to this place, right? And my life was really pretty much in total shambles because it had been, the Most High hadn't stripped me down. The only thing I really had was, I had on one hand, I had that music and that hope and that dream of doing something with it. And then I started learning about the truth. So I had that. And at that time, I started, going off and going to private place, seclusion. On that bridge, I started talking to the Most High, And every day I would tell, now I don't know if it was every day, but it was, times where I was going to go. I would pray and I would tell the Most High, I'm going to meet you at that certain place. And I would go there. And it seemed like now, it could just be in my head. I don't think it is. It seemed like when I would go to that place, like the wind would pick up, And I noticed that, like, damn, am I imagining that? Is the wind picking up just when I come to this place, So that made me, make me feel and think like, okay. And as you see now, later on, I left that whole music thing behind. I moved back to South Carolina. And I got serious in it, into the truth more and more and more. A little bit, steps. And then later on, leaps and bounds. So, if that helps some brother out there, find you a good place you go to. Think, meditate, ponder, consider what's coming. And I got a scripture. Check it out. This is 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 15. Now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? Why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this, that is, let me read it again. Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present? Now, I read that scripture because that's the main thing, or not the main thing, but that's one of the things that you're going to meditate on. I meditate on that a lot. The Most High asked Ezra, why hast thou not considered in thy mind that which is to come, other than that which is now? And there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to meditate on. A lot of things, you can have in your mind. We always thinking about it. We don't know what's about to happen. All hell about to break loose shortly. We meditate on that. You see the tribes of Israel waking up at a exponential rate, astronomical pace. By leaps and bounds, the gospel is growing on the earth, and it can be overwhelming because hey, before you know it, the Most High is doing exactly what He said He was going to do. He's building that exceeding great army, but with that is going to come a lot of other things. Esau and the nations, they getting more and more restless, right? You're going to have a lot of things going on, man. And it's a lot to take in. That's why the Most High asked Esdras, hey, why have you not considered, in thy mind, meditate? Why hast thou not considered in thy mind the thing which is coming, other than that which is right now? Things going to be way different than now. And then ultimately, the kingdom of heaven is coming. Yahawashi, the angels, the chariots, the nuclear missiles, Jacob's trouble, famine. You're going to see a lot of things. Those of us that are blessed enough to be, I don't know if it's more of a blessing to leave. In my mind, for the prophets, we want to see these things come to pass. So it's going to be a blessing to be able to see it. But you got a lot to consider. A lot of things to meditate on. It's going to be dead bodies. What's that going to be like? You don't know where you're going to be at. You don't know if you're going to be able to run. You're going to have to hide. If the angels just going to come right away and protect you. Or is that protection going to be, you going through all your trials and tribulations, but always finding a way through it. We don't know how it's going to be. We know we're going to be tested. We're going to be tried. You got a lot of things to think about. Am I going to be tortured? Am I going to be martyred? Different things. Am I going to have to see my family members get killed? What about my wife? What about my children? What about this? It's a lot to consider and to meditate on. And it can be heavy, But like I'm advising brothers to do, and it's just advice, get you a nice place that you can go and meditate, man. Go and think, breathe, take in some air, feel the sunlight on your face, Get ready to see wonders because the Most High is about to do it. We feel it, we see it. The Spirit, 2019, we looking for that chip, that RFID technology to make more of a splash in the earth. It could be the year, man. They might crash the economy. And it's going to be all out chaos. And then we're going to find out. We're going to find out then. The foolish virgin is going to be running up trying to get something. And we're going to tell them like the scriptures say. Go to them that sell and buy for yourselves, nigga. All right? So just a lesson there. I got to get back to the crib. Got to go to work today. But, hey, why hast thou not considered in thy mind that thing which is to come, other than that which is now? Meditate, brothers. All praise to the Most High Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and enough respect to the brothers teaching the truth all over the earth. See you soon with another lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.